I've always found it interesting how the bottom 95% of citizens, as it relates to socioeconomic status, interact with the top 5% within a given society. Celebrities, politicians, millionaires, and now billionaires take up an inexplicable amount of mental space in the minds of the masses. And recently, the newest and most noteworthy topic to take on the fashion world is this idea of quiet luxury. For today's video, we're going to explore what quiet luxury is, as well as try to understand why it has taken the fashion world by storm. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Drew. What it do? It's nice to meet you. Let's talk quiet luxury.
There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every time.
What is quiet luxury? A relatively self-explanatory term, quiet luxury is denoted by the wearing of high-end items devoid of logos, extreme colors, and loud tones. When I perceive quiet luxury, I perceive items of clothing that lean or err on the side of more conservative dressing. Clothing that elicits more classic or timeless silhouettes and cuts. Clothing reserved for the wealthiest aristocrats within a given society. But I think there's an important distinction about what quiet luxury is today in the current conversation of quiet luxury. It seems as though most of the conversation around quiet luxury today derives from the media we are consuming. I personally recently made the decision to start watching the show Succession. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it seems like this show, as well as a myriad of other media sources, are at the center of the quiet luxury conversation. What the fantasy of Succession does is attempt to pull back the curtains on the lifestyle of a billionaire family. This trope in film, television, and media isn't anything new. My personal first encounter with a story like this, where you kind of take a look at what it's like to be a billionaire, actually comes from a very famous and popular comic book called The Batman. Wealth tends to give you access to things that normal people just don't get access to. And one of the most obvious symbols of wealth and status is the clothing that you wear. In my opinion, one of the main reasons that the idea of quiet luxury has grown in prominence over the last 3 to 6-ish months is the result of the ebb and flow of the modern trend cycle. Quiet luxury is by no means a new concept or a new idea. In fact, most people in the fashion world deploy a part of its ethos in some point or another within their own personal fashion journey. To me, one of the largest aspects of quiet luxury is exclusivity. And in the instance of quiet luxury, exclusivity is found in the exorbitantly high retail price of the clothing. Other examples of exclusivity within fashion include limited supply releases, like in collaborated sneaker drops, gatekeeping, which is the intentional withholding of information from a non-in-group member, and location-specific product offerings, which is less harmful but has the exact same intent. And that intent is to distinguish who is a part of the group and who is not a part of the group. When I view quiet luxury, there is an obvious distinction of who embodies the quiet luxury look. This distinction becomes especially clear when compared to other groups, specifically other groups of fashion enthusiasts, such as, once again, sneakerheads or something. If we compare the aesthetics of those who acquiesce to the idea of quiet luxury, being a sneakerhead, or being a denim head, you are comparing 3 groups of people with varying levels of disposable income, lifestyles, and clothing. Each group will have its own subsect of biases and ethnicities. And quiet luxury to me is the current manifestation of the masses' infatuation with the wealthy. Wouldn't it be nice to have a billion or a million or two in your bank account? To have the opportunity to experience the finer things in life? Well, since that isn't going to happen anytime soon, people have resorted to identifying the aesthetics and the clothing of the individuals who can actually live that lifestyle and try to identify with those individuals based on wearing similar clothing to them. They mimic the aesthetic in hopes to actually don't fully understand why they mimic the aesthetic. I guess it's in hopes to be serendipitously associated with the rich and wealthy and somehow run in the same circles as those people if you dress in the same manner that they dress? I don't know. Or maybe it's more so a desire to want to be associated with money. But mere association with wealth and actually having wealth and using wealth are two very, very different things. What do you think? Why do you think quiet luxury has made so much noise? I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Let's get a word in for today's sponsor, Squarespace. Are you interested in making your very own website for a brand or creative project? Squarespace offers a comprehensive amount of features to make the website that you've always dreamed of. If you want to sell your products direct to consumer, or if you just want to display your body of work, Squarespace makes it easy to do that and more. Currently, I'm using my Squarespace website as a hub for all of my content and all of my social media platforms. And if you needed a sign to help nudge you into creating your first website, this is your sign. Visit squarespace.com/DrewJoyner for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Let's end this video with what I personally think about quiet luxury. From a stylistic point of view, quiet luxury really isn't my cup of tea. It errs on the side of being a bit more rigid and subdued than what I enjoy. Well, let me clarify. I do enjoy subdued aspects of fashion. I like wearing and supporting niche brands from creators that most people aren't going to know about or be aware of. But when I look under the umbrella of what it means to have quiet luxury or to dress in a manner that includes quiet luxury or has quiet luxury, I don't see someone like myself fitting into that mold. And while today for this video I wore my little button-up sweater situation, this isn't what I wear 95% of the time. Fashion to me is much more expressive, and being able to tell a bit of who you are through the clothing that you're wearing is a huge part of why I love and enjoy fashion. Also, I find it a bit counterintuitive or like oxymoronic or just plain weird that quiet luxury is getting all of this attention. It's making all of this noise. It's called quiet luxury, but everyone seems to be talking about it. It doesn't seem very quiet to me. The cat seems to have gotten out of the bag on that one. I have no idea what's going on in the world today. When quiet luxury becomes the most talked about thing, like, it's just like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. One thing I will say that I do like about quiet luxury is that it is very similar to preppy styles, modern prep, Ivy League styles, Ivy League couture. And as someone who does enjoy Americana, Japanese Americana, workwear, and kind of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s American style, in that respect, there are elements that I feel like quiet luxury does embody that, okay, like maybe certain specific elements within an outfit that I wear, I enjoy. And I think also with preppy styles or modern prep or Ivy League fits, I think that these genres have had a lot of attention as well within the last 2 to 3 years. And so I guess it kind of makes sense that because of these genres, preppy styles and things of that nature growing in prominence, I guess it's like quiet luxury is an offshoot of those things. Like, more people are wearing loafers, more people are styling themselves in a business casual or business core way, more people are wearing ties. So I don't know, maybe it's kind of like the rejection, like quiet luxury is the rejection of what contemporary business attire is, and quiet luxury is going back to a more simpler, subdued, classier, I guess, or just kind of like more traditional looking dress, but it costs a ton of money. So yeah, well, that's all I have for quiet luxury. What did I miss? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2023. So that means I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity to you for me, wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Abianto. Peace. Yo, what is good? Post vid. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. Here's a fist bump for the one time. Bop. Thanks so much for staying to the end of the video. Nuggets won the chip yesterday. I'm recording this the day after the Nuggets won. So if you're a Nuggets fan, if you're from Denver, shout out to them. If you love basketball, shout out to them. For the post-vid question of the day, I want to ask you guys, what is one item of clothing that you've been wearing just non-stop? Like, what have you just been living in terms of maybe your summer outfits or just what you've been enjoying wherever you are in the world? If you're in the southern hemisphere, is it winter technically? Or is it fall? Or I guess, I don't know. Regardless, for me, it's been the sugarcane Okinawas. These jeans have been I've been living in them. I'm wearing them right now. Love these jeans, and yeah, that's what I've been wearing. I've been wearing jeans every single day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next week. Peace.